Hey everybody, it is October, also known as Inktober in the art world. What is Inktober? It is a month-long holiday? No, event? Yeah, let's call it an event that takes place over the course of the entirety of October. The idea is this, is that every single day you sit down and you draw something in ink. And then you post it online, you hashtag it with Inktober or Inktober 2017, and you just rinse and repeat, do that every single day of October. It's super simple, but over the last couple years it has become a huge event. And there are so many amazing pieces of art being posted on Twitter and Instagram and all over the place that are hashtagged with Inktober. I love drawing in pen and ink. I love looking at stuff that is drawn in pen and ink. So this is like one of my favorite months of the year. I have tried Inktober before. I didn't do it last year. It was the year before that. And I got about a week and a half in, and then I started to sputter out a little bit. Keeping these kind of habits is really hard for me. Client work pops up, real life pops up, all this stuff happens, and the first thing to slip is kind of these little hobby projects like Inktober. But I'm gonna try it again this year. I'm gonna hack away at it. I'm gonna try to keep it up and do it for all 30 days, 31 days. I don't know how many days are in October. Let's go with 31, that sounds good. Now, in the past, there's been a little bit of drama because this is the internet and we cannot live without drama surrounding Inktober and if you should be using actual ink. It all started with this post. The spirit of Inktober is self-improvement. There's no better way to master your craft than to draw without a safety net. Working digitally usually means using Control-Z a bunch, so you just get your line just right. And that can enable someone to develop bad drawing habits. There's no feeling like making a permanent line knowing that you can't change it without consequence. I think that's how you improve and get better, because every ink line that you put down on paper forces you to think, commit, and adapt. No one is going to stop you from doing Inktober on your iPad. Just know that you're missing out on the full, all caps, experience of Inktober. Now, I read this and I thought, you know, that's a really good point, you know, because I use Control-Z or two-finger tap on my iPad to undo all the time. And I totally get the vibe of what he's saying. Like, when you are inking with actual ink, you cannot go back. So I took this point and I totally understood where he was coming from. I also, at the end of that, thought, psh, whatever, I'm drawing on my iPad anyway. A lot of people thought this sounded kind of elitist, like, oh, if you're not doing Inktober with ink, you're missing out. But for me, personally, I think the hard thing, like I mentioned before, is not the ink. That is hard, and that's something I could use experience with. But the hardest part for me isn't the ink, it is the tober. Doing this every single day of the month, keeping that schedule going day after day after day. That is the hard part, and that is the piece that I personally need to practice on. So if I need to start drawing on my iPad and then take it with me and go somewhere and finish that drawing later on, I'm gonna do that. With that said, I might break out my old inks if they aren't completely and totally dried up, but that's gonna be more the exception than the rule. So what you're looking at here is my very first Inktober drawing. I've posted it over on Instagram, and I'm gonna be posting there every single day, I hope. If you're taking part 2 and you want me to check out your work, I'd love to take a look at it. I might not have time to comment on everything, but I will definitely heart and like, and I love looking at other people's work, so go ahead and ping me on Instagram. Love looking at that stuff. So good luck to you all who are participating this month. I'm looking forward to looking at a lot of awesome artwork like I do every year, and wish me luck as I try to like actually finish this thing. That's all I've got for today. I've got some big things possibly coming from Dell in the mail today that I'm gonna be talking about later this week that I am very excited about. But until then, you guys have a great couple days, great week, and I will talk to you later.